Hey guys, Karosif here with another review. This time I'll be reading the deluxe Jackal Vistamp and Vistamp Bar from Kamen and Revice. This is a new Vistamp that Revice can use to obtain new forms, as well as connecting stands that can hold 2 Vistamps each. That includes the Vistamp, 2 Vistamp bars, and stickers to put on the Vistamp bars. So, let's get started. First up, we'll look at the included Jackal Vistamp. For this Vistamp, the main clear color is a greenish yellow with a pink jackal on it. If you look behind it, you can see a bit of an image of Kamen Exade, as that is the motif for this form. I think it's a bit of an odd color choice, though, as Exade's colors are definitely more so pink and green, and not really, the green used in him is not even really close to yellow, but that's what they went for. And of course, the base body is the same as other Vistamps, with the stamp plate here on the bottom. Then you have the sounds it can make on its own. First, the activation, the stamping sound, and a half press for the standby. Next up, we'll bring in the Revice driver for the transformation. And there we have the transformation into Revice Jackal Genome, with the end bit, of course, being a play on Exade's catchphrase. So then you have the Jackal stamping finish. And then the remix. This is not the typical remix, though, as it's not the typical form, as whereas Revice does have a standard form change, Vice instead turns into a skateboard, so Revice Jackal is basically just Revice riding on skateboard Vice. Next, we'll bring in the Owing Buster for the weapon finishers. First, the Jackal Stamping Strike. Then the Jackal Stamping Slash. After that, we'll bring in the Gundaphone for our Vistamp lesson. So the first phrase talks about this form's speed. And the second one talks about how it's a shocking genome for Vice. Finally, we'll get to the last part of the set, which are the Vistamp bars. These are these simple teal blue plastic pieces with a little kickstand in front. They have 2 slots to attach Vistamps to. So, for example, we can put on the included Jackal Vistamp, as well as the Rex Vistamp. And it's definitely recommendable to make sure, if you have them just on display like this, to basically have it so that you make sure you have one Vistamp on the bottom at the very least, because that helps to hold up. just like that. You can see there are stickers of various eye expressions for Vice. I've already pre-applied. But the major thing about these is that, as I said in the beginning, these can connect to each other. So if you look at the back, we have some connectors on the sides. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to come around to the back here. We've got these pieces which will go into this top portion. And this piece will go down here on the bottom. And there you have them like that. However, in addition to this set, which includes the Jackal Vistamp and 2 Vistamp bars, there's also a second one that includes 3 additional Vistamp bars. And you can connect up to 5 together. So we can go and do just that. Again, we're going to come to the back. And one key thing to note is these little notches which help go into these slots here. Again, connect on the top and the bottom. Then panel number 4. And then we'll close it up with panel number 5. Which in this case you have to connect on 2 sides. So it helps to start from left and then move to the right. Get it just right, which is a little bit tricky. You basically have a completed Vistamp bar. And you can tell it's complete when you basically have all of the sides pretty much line up and connect like that. Again, because it's just plastic connecting to plastic, it's not an exact thing that can do that easily, but they do connect pretty well. So now that we have our panels connected, we then put on some stamps. So we'll put on the stamps that we've gotten thus far. So we've got Rex, Megalodon, Eagle, Mammoth, Terra, Lion, Jackal, and of course it'd be rude to leave out Bata. And that way you have this nice retaining stand that can hold Vice stamps. Now, of course, as you can see, obviously if you do the math, there are room for up to 10 with the sole thing I did, and there are actually 10 main Vice stamps, which body is not included in. But it's both a nice way to display your Vice stamps, as well as an easy way to just grab one you want to use and then put it back when you're done. And there we go. Overall, this is certainly a great set, not just for the Vistamp, which does have, of course, its own unique and cool sounds, but for the Vistamp bars, which, though simple in construction, are pretty effective, as they do hold the Vistamp pretty well. It's easy to take one out, put one back in, as well as how they connect. And I have to say that in terms of collectible multi-part kind of holder pieces for the gimmick items, I think it's definitely one of the best in terms of the marketing and kind of cost efficiency. Because unlike some others where you have to kind of get multiples in order to get the full basic set, in this case, all you have to do is buy one of the main sets and then one of the extra sets, and then you have the 5 pieces needed to have a full Vistamp bar for the 10 main stamps. So, that's definitely how I'd recommend buying these. Especially if you have a collection and you want a good place to put it. Obviously you could make your own way, but in terms of something that is official into the show, this is definitely a good pickup. Next time I'll be looking at a new weapon for Revice in the form of the Deluxe Osoderu Hammer 50. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, And if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And for now, this is KR60, riding off.